entonces esto fue lo que le dio, ahora sí que lo que escribió la historia de nuestros días, ¿no? Porque unos conquistaron a los otros y no viceversa, ¿no? México es uno de estos lugares, bueno, tienes China, Mesopotamia, tienes Irak, ¿no? Tienes los Andes y tienes México. Esta área se llama Mesoamérica, es un área cultural la cual es hogar de muchas diferentes culturas diferentes, como ya saben, los olmecas, zapotecos, mixtecos, ¿no? Los aztecas, seguro han oído de estos, y los mayas ocupaban toda esta área, la cual son la jungla del sureste de México, ¿no? Son 5 estados de México, Guatemala, Belice y un poquito de Honduras y El Salvador. Esta área es del tamaño de Texas, tiene diferentes ecosistemas, y cuando estudiamos a los mayas los dividen en periodos de tiempo, ¿no? El preclásico es cuando llegan los cazadores recolectores, se descubren la agricultura, se inventan las primeras vasijas y la cultura maya empieza a tomar forma. El periodo clásico de los mayas, ¿no? Es del año 0 al año 800. Esto es cuando están en su máxima expresión, ¿no? Cuando construyen muchas ciudades-estado, las cuales, a diferencia de los romanos, no tenían una unidad política, sino que estaban divididas como en diferentes países, ¿no? Ciudad-estado con una capital, un rey con su familia real, el cual el poder se pasaba en generaciones, y obviamente un ejército y un área de poder e influencia. Unas de estas tenían alianzas y otras peleaban por los recursos naturales del área, ¿no? Alrededor del año 800 hay un fenómeno que se conoce como el colapso del clásico maya. Es cuando todas estas ciudades, sobreuso de los recursos naturales, guerra entre las ciudades y estados, todas estas son abandonadas, ¿okay? La selva las cubre y empiezan a emigrar hacia el norte. A esto ya se le llama el periodo postclásico. En este periodo postclásico hay una globalización de lo que es la cultura en todo México, ¿no? Se le llama el toltequismo. Cuando una cultura colapsa, otra emerge, ¿no? Esto pasó con los toltecas, y aquí los mayas empiezan a copiarle los rasgos culturales a los toltecas, ¿no? Tulum es parte de este periodo, ¿no? Es contemporáneo con Chichén Itzá, con Uxmal y con Mayapán, que fueron las 3 ciudades-estados que quedaron al final. Para que se ubiquen un poquito en la época, la mayoría de los edificios de Tulum están entre el 1100 y 1400 después de Cristo, ¿sale? Cuando en Europa estaba la peste bubónica, o sea, lo que estaba pasando en Europa en ese momento, como en el 1350, ¿sale? Tulum, el nombre Tulum significa muro de piedra, es dado por los exploradores modernos. El nombre original de la ciudad es Sama. Se calcula que tenía aproximadamente 2000 personas, 150 viviendo en la parte interna, que es lo que vamos a visitar, y el resto vivían aquí, ¿no? La selva no estaba aquí, sino que aquí estaban todas las chozas de madera, y luego la zona de siembra, y luego la jungla estaría lejos, ¿vale? Déjenme les explico su volada en inglés y nos metemos. So guys, all of our civilizations are based on food production. Okay, whatever we domesticate animals or plants. Corn was the plant that was the cereal that was domesticated on the side of the world. You know? For example, in China, domesticated 7,500 before Christ, 4% before Christ, and in Europe, agriculture didn't reach 500 before Christ, so that gave them 2,000 years head start. You know? So that and the technology traveling west and east, it's easier to travel north and south. You get the same latitude, the same day length. So that shaped the history of the world. Okay. We have China, we have Mesopotamia, we have the Fertile Crescent, we have India, we have down south in the Andes, and we have Mexico. These are the places where civilizations arose independently. Okay, that's what makes them important. Mexico is part of a broader area called Mesoamerica, which was home for many different ethnic groups, 68 to be exact, before the arrival of the Europeans. Maybe you heard of the Olmec, the Aztec, the Zapotec, okay? They were all different, but they share certain characteristics. They built cities made out of stone. They used corn, beans, and squash as part of their diet, which is still our same diet. And they used 2 calendars, and they used human sacrifice as part of their religious expression, okay? The Mayas occupied all this area here, in the southeast jungles of Mexico, basically 5 states where the Yucatan Peninsula is, where we are. Guatemala, Belize, and just the tip of Honduras, El Salvador. This area is the size of Texas, so you get an idea what of a landmass we're talking about. Okay. When we talk about the Mayas, it's over 3,000 years of history, so the archaeology is divided in time periods to understand. Pre-classic, before Christ, this is when the Maya culture starts to take shape. Agriculture is discovered, and they make little villages between 50 to 100 people. The classic period for the Maya, this is when they are at their best. Built many city-states, many cities in this area, which is the Guatemala Petén. Over 40 city-states were, what's a city-state? Unlike the Romans, they never had a political unity, so we're divided in capital cities, like a little country. Capital city with an area of power and influence, with a ruler and an army. Okay, some of these traded with each other, and some others were at war. Okay, Around the year 800, we have the collapse of the classic Mayan. All of these cities, internal socio-political problems, war between them, overuse of the natural resources, and all of these are abandoned in a process of 200 years, between the 800 and the 1000. This is one of the fastest depopulations in history. Okay? So all these are covered by jungle, and whoever is left migrates to the north, looking for the resources of food. Right here. This is called the post-classic period, and this is when Chichen Itza becomes important. Chichen Itza, Uxmal, and Mayapan, which were basically the three last big cities standing. Okay, they ended up betraying each other. Okay, so by the arrival of the Europeans, the Mayas were at their last. Okay, and the Europeans brought with them horses, they brought guns, and they brought most of all they brought disease. They brought the smallpox, and they brought measles, and they brought tifo. In 60 years, the decimated the population is calculated from 20 million to around 2 million. Pretty much like the continent destroyed. This is when they started bringing slaves into Belize from Africa. Tulum is part of this time period. Okay, most of the buildings that you'll see between the 1100 and the 1400. So you place yourself a little bit in time. In Europe, we had the bubonic plague at that time of the okay, surrounded by a wall on the north, the west, and the south. No, this is actually the name of the city, Tulum. Means stone wall in Maya, name given by modern explorers. The pre-Hispanic or the original name is Sama, which means sunrise or dawn, and it is calculated to have had around 2,000 people. 150, 200 living inside, the ritual and the downtown area, and the rest lived out here. All the peasants, all the poor people lived out here, where you had all the crops and the farmland, and the jungle would have been far away. Just out here, it was all wooden huts, so that's organic material. All that goes first. Okay, so that's what we're gonna visit, where the market was in the main street, and then I'll walk you guys to the beach. Okay, so I'll start walking. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, or if you have any information, share. Okay, thank you.